This is UBL TV, and we're coming to you live from Charlottesville, Virginia. We're at the Key Rec Center, and my first interview, as far as this sport goes, pickleball, is with Kayla Johnson. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about pickleball.
Alright, well, I'm Kayla Johnson. Pickleball is a combination of badminton, tennis, ping pong. It's pretty much all of your racket sports combined together in a paddle. Looks like this. We actually play on a third of the size of a tennis court. It's actually a standard badminton court, and you actually play with a plastic wiffle ball, if you will. Sport's been around actually longer than most people think. It's been around since 1965, and it actually started in Bainbridge, Washington. There was a bunch of families that came together, senators, politicians, and they actually started with wooden paddles out in the back of someone's yard. And actually, as a fun fact, pickleball actually originated because one of the family's dog's names was Pickles. So that's actually where the name pickleball came from.
How long have you been playing pickleball?
I've been playing pickleball for a little over a year now, and I was hooked from day one.
How many team players are involved in pickleball?
Generally, pickleball is played as a double sport. You can play singles pickleball, just like in tennis singles. It is a lot of running, a lot of work, so not too many people do it. The great thing about pickleball is that from 8 to 80, everyone plays. I mean, I've been to tournaments where there have been 70+ leagues, and there are people out there that have been playing for as little as a couple of years to as many as 20 years out there playing, and most of it is doubles play. What made you interested in pickleball? Well, I got involved here in Charlottesville, Virginia, about a year ago, like I mentioned, and I really was just looking for a way to not only get active, but be social. And I actually started at a meetup website, and I happened to look up sports, social sports, and pickleball came up. It was Charlottesville Pickleball Club. I looked at the people, I was like, oh, it's a great range of people. It's like, but it sounds cool. I said, but I probably should Google, YouTube, what in the world pickleball is. So I watched a few videos, and I was like, oh, this seems like it was pretty fun. So I joined the group, and the next day I actually went out to Charlottesville High School, which is another location that we play pickleball, other than the Key Rec Center. And I said, oh, I'm going to go out there for a half an hour tops, just to check out what the game is. I was out there for 3.5 hours, and I was hooked. The people are amazing. The sport actually came really easy to me, having a tennis background. I played tennis for 3 years in high school, so racket sports come a little easier to me. And it was just the overall dynamic of pickleball that I fell in love with. Not just the sport, but the people that are playing it as well.
Where do you see pickleball in probably the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I see pickleball as it's already becoming such a nation and international sensation. And one of the things that we're hoping for here in Charlottesville is that we can expand it to even younger ages. So I'm hoping that not just here in Charlottesville, but all across the world even, they start actually teaching pickleball in younger grades to younger students. So that's something that you really could play from the time that you're 8 to the time that you're 80. And it's really a lifelong sport. So I'm hoping to not just get this. The sport always started out as something that was a little bit more geared towards the older crowd. And being a young person myself, I go and I play in tournaments, and I play with people of all sorts of ages. I don't care. If you play, if you want to play, I'll play. I don't mind. And one of the things that I really hope for is that, one, that attitude continues, and two, that we can expand that so that we can go into schools and talk about the social, as well as the whole network of the importance of fitness, health, wellness. We always talk about that in the form of running and in the form of basketball and football and soccer and a lot of the traditional sports. But pickleball, you burn a lot of calories here. I mean, people always joke around with me and say, oh, it's an old people sport, but I'm running all over the floor and I'm diving for balls, no different than I was when I was playing tennis in high school. So I want to be able to say, hey, yep, I do play pickleball, but no matter how old you are or what type of injuries you've had over the years, anyone can play. You can have a blast, and you can be as social or as competitive as you want to. I like to have a little bit of both, though.
This is UBL TV. Thank you, Kayla, for your time. Hope to see you in the future. Pickleball is a growing sport, and we'd love to see more of it. So this is UBL signing off. Thank you.